Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Property. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So this is going to be a two-part video on the much awaited 28-day payout cycle and my DripX journey. Now, I know there are already haters out there that I've seen in the community that just don't like anything I have to say unless I'm telling them they're going to be rich overnight. Some people just cannot and will not be able to ever hold two competing ideas in their head at the same time. They just don't have the cognitive abilities or enough brain cells to do so, and I feel sorry for them. But I value their opinions because everybody is entitled to their opinions, so they can say what they want and believe what they want. And I will continue to document my journey as black and white as it appears on the screen. There's no way to spin that. So the two competing ideas is, yes, some people can be making money and some cannot be making money. That is literally the scenario within the system. And I guess the third one would be neutral, which is what I've chosen. So remember, I went in with $1,000 and I am now waiting to see how this 28-day payout cycle goes, and more specifically about 4 days to come up with a 12-day cycle. And if in those 4 days, I basically will see if I recoup my $1,000 investment. And something that I did notice that actually so far looks pretty good. Actually, I'll go into that after I show this. So as of right now, the 28-day pay cycle has gone down quite a bit for me. I can't say quite a bit, but a decent amount. So on day 16, it was 376. And on day 12, it was like 311. I had that up here somewhere. I can't see it right now, but it was in here and I had it up. So it was like 311. So I did add that Viper stake, which jumped it up quite a bit. I think at one stage it was closer to 400, and that's when BNB was higher. But remember, the way this works is you have to continue to add your your miners to the stake so that you can get higher payouts. But that only works if you have miners maturing basically routinely so that you can capitalize on all that. And I do acknowledge that I did not make the best strategy when I first got in because I did not have any Titan X experience. I only saw the previous protocols coming out with these types of staking, locking up your capital type dApps, and they did not last long. So my thesis was less than 90 days. Let me see if I can ROI. And then after that, reinvest DCA, blah, blah, blah. So I went with the 60 days, 62 days max, and only went with $1,000 of risk capital. And again, there are some people in the community that will shame your wallets based on how much you put in. And I got wrecked and I had PTSD from the last cycle. So I'm going to admit that. I went with 40K from Forex project and close to 100K on Tom Bilyeu's Kaizen project. Tom Bilyeu is a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, built a billion-dollar brand, forward-facing, has tons of influence. I mean, he hired the best and the brightest from game development and even Disney Studios for art, from Marvel Studios for art. So like, if there was anyone to bet on, it was that guy, and I got screwed royally by him as well. So that has caused me to like literally not feel like there's a guaranteed win in any of this, because betting on that side was like forward facing. He got sued by the SEC and ended up settling, blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff, right? So, and then of course you have anonymous devs like Forex, and that didn't work out either. So this is somewhere in the middle. But I'm going a lot safer. So anyway, just gave you some recap on that. But here's what I was going to show you that I think is still also pretty cool. So it's $120 that's still market value that's shown here. When I add up the stake value, that's another 545. So that's $665. And then if I add my payout plus 312 and the 50 I already got, that comes out to the $1,000. So that is why I am neutral, because it literally adds up to exactly around about what I put in. That's not bullish. That's not bearish. That is literally showing you that I'm able to get out what I put in theoretically. So this is another thing that the non-cognitively developed will have you believe, and this is what I did in the previous bull run or previous cycle with Drip, is it was showing everybody these dashboard divs and like, hey, look at all this money you're making, blah, blah, blah. No, that is a false narrative. Do not believe people showing you that and not showing the other side. This is potential. This is potential losses and potential gains. So it's unrealized losses, unrealized gains. It does not mean anything until you actually get it into your wallet. So even this payout that I'm showing here does not count until I come back and show you the other half of the video and see what I actually claim out at that time. And then at the end of 4 of these cycles, how much did I put back into my wallet. All the other stuff doesn't matter. But in full transparency, I did create a second wallet because of those people. I was like, so I can actually look at two sides of a coin. So they said I did it wrong. So what did I do on like day 2 or 3? I created another wallet with longer strategies. I have not shown this wallet on stream because I want to document it kind of behind the scene to see how it goes. But there was another almost $1,000. I think I still have the other like 80 sitting in the wallet for gas basically, but it was another $1,000 so I could have a split test. This is what you do in marketing. You do a split test. So I put this in and then I started looking at the days that had gaps on the chart and then went all the way out until the 280 day at that time, which now is 256, something like that. I think it was close to I can't remember exactly, but anyway, so I went with longer miners and there's over, I don't know how many miners are actually here because I did some at at least 300 or so. Okay, I lied. There's only 159 miners in this wallet, but clearly I went with a larger amount with longer stakes just to see how this does. So putting my money where my mouth is, but still for some people, that's not enough money to have a voice. But you guys know on my channel that I believe in the power of DeFi and the ability to empower the impoverished. So it doesn't matter. Equal in sacrifice, not in giving is what I look at. So not everybody has the same amount of risk capital and you got to respect everybody's ability to do so because that's what makes this new opportunity we have so amazing for everyone. So that being said, we're going to evaluate this once I am able to get the payouts and see how it goes. So again, I'm neutral. However, I am leaning in the bullish direction because of what the team is doing. So what I mean by that, well, they have already changed the daily cap yet again. So it went from 300 billion to 100 billion to 40 billion, now to 20 billion. And 20 billion is an effort to basically fill up these days and stave off that inflation to something that is manageable. So you can see that not every day in the max range is filled up, but with this 20 billion, it's much closer. So we will see how this goes forward. And they've made pivots on the buy and burn from 1 BNB, 3 BNB, 1 BNB. I can't even remember how the changes they made here, but now they're sitting at 0.3. Last I remember it was 0.5 and now it's 0.3. So they have the ability to continue to make this flexible. And then with the vault, of course, they control what they decide they want to do with that. But as long as this continues to trend in a kind of flat direction and we do get this potential macro pump, then this can help things in a massive way. But again, in full transparency, my value of the DripX token has dramatically dropped as well. So when I made this last claim from my miners that I was going to stake, it was closer to almost $80. So it's dropped by more than 50%. And you can also see that reflected in the price. It was close or right at 0.4, 5 zeros and a 4, and definitely 5 zeros and 3.8. I remember that distinctly. And then now it's by more than 50%. And again, the non-cognitive developer will tell you that it's because of the price of BNB, and that is not true because BNB has only dropped by 20% from its all-time high. So there is definitely still a lot of sell pressure in the ecosystem, as we've always seen. And that goes back to the narrative I was sharing with you guys previously. We are in a closed gaming ecosystem. The money is circulating within certain hands. Until mass adoption comes in, it's just going to be money moving around. So these sells have affected the prices dramatically. Everything's gotten wrecked, one, from the macro chart going down, but of course I believe, I can't prove it because I'm not tracking these wallets to go verify that, but I believe that some additional sells came out and they went over to SwapX. They went and bought ETH with it, because if you look back at any of the charts within Drip ecosystem, anytime something new and shiny came out, you always saw a lot of sales. Now that's correlation, not causation, but I'm sure if you were to actually look into the wallet, you would see some of these transactions. So I'm not doing that, but it's the timing is spot on. So we will see what happens after SwapX launches and, you know, opportunities over there. But the liquidity has dropped dramatically. We had 1 million in liquidity. Now we're down to 380K. And the wrap drip liquidity still sitting solid 24. It was like at 40 before. So I will see you guys in the next half of this video and see what I'm actually able to pull out. And like I said, I will be taking profits, so to speak, or recouping my investment, not taking profits. So taking this off the table before I get back in. So you should always recoup and then play back in. But maybe a small portion of this I will put back in or something like that. But the goal is to try to recoup the 1K in 4 28-day cycles. So that's my thesis we're going with. And you guys are going to tag along for the journey. So I think going forward, I won't be doing like daily DripX videos, of course, but at least once, twice a week to show you where the payouts are and what moves I'm making and where my miners are at and things of that nature. All right, see you in the next half. So real quick, this is just an attempt to see how I can affect the 28-day payout. So I went ahead and went to PancakeSwap and swapped a little bit of wrap drip that I had, 25% of it, and got some DripX, added that to my DripX bag that I had sitting here from the previous stake. And then what I'm going to do now is just stake all of it, because now the DripX price has dropped so much, there's definitely no point in me holding it in my wallet because it's not doing anything. So I'm going to actually just create the long-term stake when the prices are this low. So let's just see, 295 is the payout. We still have 2 hours before that happens. Let's see what happens with this full max stake, $55,105 basically. So 295 was the payout, and we will see how that affects the 28-day and the 90-day at this stage. 189 and 295, and so that was a $60 jump. So that is not bad. That means there's $40 that I won't get back immediately. So it's actually not a bad ROI right now, and this is still 2 hours before the payout, so it could change. But clearly the payout, the strategy is definitely to stake and get the BNB payouts. But again, this is still uncharted territory. We have to see how all this plays out, and then like I said, I want to see a couple of these cycles, especially as well as this one as well. But again, showing my support, putting my money where my mouth is, and evaluating it on a daily basis so that you guys can make your moves accordingly as well. I think this one went up another $30. So basically that whole $105 will be slotted to come out almost within the 28 and the 90-day payout at today's prices. Of course, I will still have to add more miners to this, but yeah, I think that's one of the best plays when the price of the token is so low. Definitely don't hold it in your wallet. It might as well stake it. And if it's trending lower or trending sideways, then yeah, the goal is just to move things over into your long-term staking. All right, catch you after the payout. All right, we are back, and looks like I got 380 out of this BNB payout. That would have been a little more USD value wise when BNB was higher. So not too bad. So now it will depend on how I play this. But remember, like I said, I wanted to start getting my initial back. But the way things are shaping up, I definitely will have to put some of this back in order to see these payouts continue back up. Because at this rate, 90 days from now, I will only be at half. And this will continue to depreciate by that time. So I need to get some more miners to mature before this next 28-day payout so that I can get this closer to $500 and be at that 50%. But all in all, again, still neutral. Everything has played out to my new filtered expectations initially prior to understanding the protocol at all. Just like day one launch, I had, moonshot expectations, but now they've been tapered a bit. So this is still well within that. So I'm gonna go ahead and claim this. Actually, I don't have my ledger. Where is that? All right, we got that claimed. Should be going to the wallet shortly. And there we go. I hit the trigger payout button on accident, but I just claimed that. And I think the buy and burn still sitting at 0.3. Yep. So yeah, at this stage, I have a few miners that will mature before the next 28 day. So I don't understand why these are actually saying so many days from now, because I'm quite certain I did them on day one. That's something I'll have to look into. I don't understand. Like, this makes sense. These should have been a 27-day miner on day one, but it's looking as if I did a 27-day miner on day 13 or so. I mean, maybe I did. I don't recall, to be honest. I'm quite certain on this one I did everything on the first day, but maybe I didn't. So anyway, point being that I will need to either Viper some of these to get that 28-day payout up, or I will have to buy directly. Right now, 0.1 BNB gets you 41 million DripX, and that would have to be the equivalent of about a 53-day stake. So if I'm trying to get to my 28-day payout to be increased, yeah, it would be better for me to actually buy this directly and see what happens. So that is a good test that I could do. Since I got 0.7 BNB, I could buy, let's just say 50% of that as right off the market, because it's actually a very low price right now, and then do a max stake to see. But also, what I showed you guys, it's better to actually do it maybe right before the payout as well. But the problem is waiting another 28 days, the price could rise by then. So there's a lot of game theory involved in here, but the name of the game is definitely to get more BNB, especially as BNB will probably spike during this cycle. However, this would also affect this 8-day payout cycle. So yeah, this is something I'll have to think about. I'm not gonna be able to do it right now. It's late and I gotta tap out. So at least you got to see the documentation process on where everything is at. And like I said, I'm still neutral. It's right on track for recovering 100% in exactly about 100 days, 112 days or so. All right, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.